Hey folks, this morning, I thought I'd go for a little ride around Rayong, and I wanted to see what motorcycle shops they had here. I mean, you guys know I like to go out, kick some tires, and show you the new things that are available here in Thailand. And I was wondering, do I have to go all the way to Pattaya to do that? The short answer, no. Most of the big ones that I'm interested in have shops right here. They're a little bit smaller than their Pattaya brethren, but I think equally as nice. I've been pleasantly surprised so far. I'm stood here at Kawasaki. We'll look around here. This is probably my last stop, to be honest. I've been out all morning. One of the first ones I went to was Yamaha. Very brand new, state-of-the-art facility. Great selection of R7s there. Even some colors I didn't even know about, like the flat black with the pink and blue fluorescent highlights. I didn't really know that existed, but it looked pretty cool. But I also went to Royal Enfield. At Royal Enfield, that's the first of probably 2 new bikes I will show you. I saw one that I'm actually a little bit interested in. So this bike isn't exactly new, but it's new to me. First time I'm seeing it. It's actually about a year old. It's what's called the Meteor, Super Meteor 650. Royal Enfield has had some 650 models for a while now, the Interceptor, but this one is different. First of all, if you're familiar with the Meteor 350 and think that they just put the 650 engine in this, that would be totally wrong. This is a whole new chassis. The bike's bigger. It's more cruiser-esque. The pegs are much farther forward than the Meteor 350, which still has slightly forward pegs, but not like this. This is all-out cruiser forward controls. But they've really gone to the next level on this bike. I mean, things like upside-down Showa forks. The fit and finish, I think, is better than anything I've ever seen here at Royal Enfield. Some very nice colors. And it's everything you'd expect out of a cruiser with a little bit of a lower seat. The forward controls here, again, a little bit of a rake, some chrome and shiny bits, all that stuff wrapped up in a package starting at 269,000 baht, going up to 284,000 baht. You get different colors as you go up. The top line model for the 284, so about $450 more than the base, does come with a windshield and what's known as a touring seat, which has a little backrest for the passenger, etc. I think that would look better if it was done in 2 pieces. Not a big fan of the one-piece design on that. I think it doesn't do the bike justice. Actually looks better with the standard 2-piece seat with the P-pod, whatever you want to call it, without the backrest. But the backrest is nice to have, I guess, for trips. But I don't know. It looks good, sounds good. And priced right. I mean, the other things in this genre, I guess the Kawasaki, what's now known as the Eliminator, used to be the Vulcan S. I think pretty much they just changed the name, kept the same bike. I've known a lot of people with those that had issues with them. I rode one once, it felt a little derpy. It's a great engine. It's the same engine I've got in my touring bike here, the tried and true parallel twin Kawasaki 650. But I'm not sure it's really up to the task on that. I think this a twin more like the Royal Enfield has, maybe not so tweaked in power, but a little bit more torque and so forth, a little bit more low-end, low RPM usable power, probably would be more suited to that. I guess the Rebel 500 would go into this category as well, but not a lot of small, lightweight cruisers here. Of course, you move up to the big cruisers, Harley, even BMW has a behemoth cruiser right now. But at this price point for here, with the lower speed limits, the slower pace, especially on the country roads, a 650 cruiser is probably all you need. I was quite impressed with it. I don't know that I'd ever looked at anything here that I would consider owning, but that is a possibility. It's something more like maybe what I'm looking for. But I mean, everything, the adjustable clutch and brake levers, very large and polished and kind of, I don't know, very cruiser-esque. Even the grips look very quality, feel nice, look nice. The switch control, they've done a very good job with this. I don't know what market segment they're going after, but I think it's probably a pretty popular bike here, and I've just been off my radar. I knew about the Meteor 350, did not know about the Super Meteor 650. I've been thinking about getting rid of the old touring bike. I mean, it served its purpose. I've had it now going on 5.5 years. It's been about 40,000 kilometers. It's done its duty. And I don't know, where I live now, I like day rides, maybe something smaller, something like that. I've always been a bang for the buck kind of guy. That's not necessarily a bang for the buck kind of bike. It's only a paltry 50 horsepower out of a 650, but I just like the look, the style, the fit, the finish, the sound, etc. So I don't know. I might be making a switch here later on. We'll see what happens. But like here at Kawasaki, it pains me to say this, but both at Honda and Kawasaki, after looking at that Royal Enfield, these bikes just aren't up to the same level. I looked at the Eliminator here, the Rebel, both the Rebel 1100 and the Rebel 500 at Honda. They just don't have the nice little touches. They don't have the Showa forks upside down. They don't have the nice switch gear. They don't have the brake and clutch levers. The levers seem like they're just off of any bike, not something more cruiser-esque with adjustments and things like that. I just thought the Royal Enfield maybe has gone a step up on some of the Japanese competitors, but the price still very reasonable. At Honda, they do have a good selection of bikes there, though. I know that some of the bikes, the ADV 750 I've heard is hard to get. There's one sitting on the showroom floor. The ADV 350 they've got. The Forza 350 they've got. Selections of all these. I saw a new variant of the monkey bike. I don't know if it's new. It's new for me, called the Cherry Edition. I like that. I thought that was cute. But very nice over there at Honda. Even the big touring bikes like the NT 1100, the big Africa Twin, they even had a Goldwing. They've got everything. The second place I saw something new. Speaking of large scooters like the Forza 350 or ADV 350, if you're in the market for one of those, I think you'd be doing yourself an injustice not at least looking at this one, the Zantes D or E 350. I gotta tell you, here again, great big LCD screen, good fit and finish. The seat, I think a bigger seat than either of the competitors, whether it be the X-Max or the Forza or the ADV. I don't know, I didn't ride one, but I think you'd at least look at it. $149,000 to start with, so that's a savings. And even the deluxe model with the windshield and all that, the other one had a windshield. I think the E model has a bigger windshield. You might want to do your homework on these. I mean, that's $159,000, $149,000 for the cheap one. That's 10, 20, 30,000 less than some of these competitors. So I would at least look at one. The large scooters seem pretty popular in Pattaya for whatever reason. Maybe if you're a larger guy, you need that room. This one, it looks larger than the Forza, looks larger than the X-Max. I think you'd have more room on this, but here again, you'd have to check it out. But I just think if you're shopping anyway, it might be worth a trip. I've never seen those in Pattaya. Don't know that they have them. They have them here. They had one of each sitting on a showroom floor. Right next to it's GPX Superbike Rayong. I saw a little scooter in there I think Lon would like, but that's pretty much standard fare. There's plenty of those in Pattaya everywhere else it seems, but nice to have one here. So long story short, there are no shortages of dealers here, and there's a used one and a Harley place I want to go to. Triumph is missing here. There's no Triumph dealer. Triumph now in Pattaya also houses Ducati, so that's a good 1-2 punch there on Pattaya Thai and Sukhumvit. Might have to stop in there next time I'm in town. Here they don't have that, but there's enough here, I think. I was pleasantly surprised. Anyway, Lana has a place she wants to go today. Some kind of fruit buffet. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it sounds interesting. I'll go along. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I could use something to eat.
So I did notice that all the dealerships I went to had their own service departments. They were no doubt smaller than generally what you would find in Pattaya, but they were also not as busy. So that may be an indication of the level of service. Maybe it's a higher level of service here. Not sure. Haven't tested those waters yet. But to my friends in Pattaya, I would say this. If you're having trouble finding what you want there, consider shopping here in Rayong. It's closer and a lot easier to get in and out of than Bangkok, and you might just find that popular model that's not available in Pattaya due to its popularity. They might have one on the showroom floor here.
So, Lon changed her mind. She wants to save the special fruit buffet or whatever it is for a nicer day. It's a little cloudy and overcast and gloomy today. I don't blame her. So instead, we saw this other place we've been wanting to try just a couple minutes from the house. It's called Rack Station, and it's a railroad themed little cafe. They got train tracks and all that stuff. Anyway, they got a 49 baht menu here with some good looking stuff on it, platters like chicken, pork, fish, fries, that kind of stuff for 49 baht for $1.50. It's probably less than $1.50. Anyway, I got a big platter. I think mine was more like 300 baht. We'll see what that is. And I don't know what Lon got. But anyway, we'll have a little bit of lunch here. I'm starving from my jaunt this morning, which actually took me about 2 hours to visit all the different places. But I feel very positive that those places exist here. Rayong is not that big of a town. And even though they have even small, tiny towns will have little scooter dealerships and that kind of thing, to have all those big bike stores here is pretty good. Pretty good.
So a good selection of platters here, especially just for a small town cafe. I was quite impressed, and reasonably priced as you'd expect here. You have to kind of bring low prices to compete in the marketplace here. We're noticing that. Cream cheese garlic bread, that looks tempting. Looks like they might make that here. Anyway, these look good too, fresh. They're nice and ripe avocados. Maybe I'll get one of those on the side of my platter. But we will wait for our platter to come out. Now, I ordered one of the biggest, I guess you would call it like a mixed grill platter. Lon ordered, I believe, a pork neck. Here it comes. Everything we ordered, we each got a drink. We each got a platter. About 500 baht for the whole thing, or $14. There's French fries hiding under the toast there. But I was thinking this is almost like a fish and chips. You got the fish, you got French fries, but you got chicken and pork on the side. Not bad, $299 for that. But like I said, the whole thing, 500 baht. So been wanting to go out and see what shops were available and see what the kind of the climate was down here in Rayong for bike shopping. I got to tell you, I really was quite impressed. Wasn't disappointed at all. Haven't found a disappointment yet. I was especially, I don't know, very interested in Royal Enfield here. Let me know, this Meteor 650, let me know if you have one or know anything about it, or maybe you've ridden one, or maybe you disagree with my assessment. Either way, if you have information, good, bad, or indifferent about it, let me know. That might be helpful information to me. It's all about sharing information, so I appreciate your comments below if you have any. There are a couple other places in town I wanted to check out, but the morning kind of got away from me, so those will have to wait for a future episode, because for this one, got to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.